Once upon a time, there was a little boy who went to the zoo. And he went with his mom and his dad, and he was walking around the zoo, and he noticed there was a mama lion pacing back and forth and looking very upset. And the little boy looked up at his mom and asked, "Mom, do you think there's something wrong with that lion?" And the mom looked and watched as the mama lion gently roared and mewed. And the mom looked at the baby boy and said, "Yes, I think that mom lion looks very sad. I wonder what's wrong." And the baby looked around. And the little boy, the baby boy, he saw two little lion cubs near the mom. And he looked in and asked his mom, "Mom, do you think maybe there were 3 little cubs and she's lost one?" And the mom looked at the 2 lion cubs and then back at the mama lion. And the little boy's mom said, "That could be. I don't know. Maybe we can find a zookeeper and ask." So they walked around and they found a zookeeper and they asked, and the zookeeper did not know. Nobody knew. And the mom said, "Well, I don't know if there's anything else we can do." And the little boy asked, "Can we give the mama lion some food, make her happy?" And the mom said, "No, we're not allowed to give zoo animals food because their people take good care of them, and they only get to eat so much food. And so any food that we would give them could make them sick and give them ouchies in their tummy." And the little boy said, "Well, maybe when we get home, I will draw a nice picture for that lion, and we can come back to the zoo and give the picture to the mama lion." And the mom and the dad said that was a great idea. And they walked around to enjoy their day. And then they started to finish up the day, and they got in their car, and they started to drive. And the little boy looked out the window, and he thought he saw a very big bird carrying something. What is that? And he wanted to keep watching it, and he said, "Dad, can you please drive that way? I think it's south." And the dad said, "Okay, sure," because that's the way they were going to go. And they drove, and the little boy kept watching the big bird. And then they saw the big bird look like it dropped something. And the little boy said, "Dad, I think I just saw a big bird drop something. Can we look in that park right there?" And the dad said, "Okay, but we don't have much time. We'll go on a little tiny adventure in the park." And so the mom and the dad and the little boy got out and walked in the park. And the little boy saw a hurt little lion cub, and it was crying, "Roar." And the little boy ran to it, and then he stopped because it was a lion, even though it was little. And the boy was scared. And then the boy was scared, but he was very brave. And so he said, "Dad, there's a little lion cub. Let's go say hi to it and see if it's okay." And the little boy held his dad's hand, and they walked to the little lion cub, and they saw that his leg had a big ouchie. And he looked like he had some scratches too. The big bird must have scratched it and hurt its leg when it dropped to the ground. And the little boy said, What do we do, Dad? Do we leave it? Do we take it home? Do we take it back to the zoo?" "I think we should take it back to the zoo," the dad said. And so the dad took off his shirt and wrapped up the baby lion in the shirt, and the little boy carried the little lion in his arms and sat down in the car. He got in his car seat, and gave the little lion to his mom, and the mom held it, and they drove back to the zoo. And they went to the front, and the dad said, "Hi, we were just here, and we'd like to come back in to see the zookeeper because we found a baby lion." And the person at the front said, "Oh, I'm sorry, do you have a hand stamp?" And the dad said, "No, but we were just here." And the person said, "I'm sorry, but you may not be readmitted without a stamp." And the dad said, "But we have a baby lion." "Well, I'm sorry, but you can't come in." The little boy said, "Well, Dad, we should take him home or take him to the vet to get him healed because he's in pain, and this isn't good for him." And so the boy and the dad and the mom went back in the car, and the little boy held on to that baby lion and pet his head and said, "It's going to be all right, little boy. It's going to be all right, Rory. That's your name, Rory, Rory." And they drove back to their house, and they went inside, and the little boy found Neosporin, and he put it on the little lion's ouchies, and the little lion said, "Ow, meow." But then he started to purr because it started to feel a little bit better. And the little boy looked at the little lion's leg and said, he won't be able to walk like that. We should make a splint. We should get a couple of sticks and then wrap tape around it so that the sticks can help take weight off of his bones." And the mom and dad said, "That's a great idea." And so the little boy took his dog and went outside and looked for sticks, and they found good sticks in their backyard. And then they came back in, and then the dog got to meet the little lion cub for the first time, and he sniffed and was so excited for his new friend, but that scared the lion cub. So the little boy had to tell his dog to be calm and patient. But the little dog did not want to be calm. The little dog wanted to play rough. But the little boy saw that would be an ouchie for the baby lion cub. So the little boy said, "Hey, buddy, I will play rough with you later. We'll throw a ball, okay? But right now we need to focus on Rory, and then we'll play, I promise you. And you know I promise you, that means it will happen." And the dog looked at the little boy and nodded his head. The dog understood that later he would be played with. And so then the dog got quiet and laid down. And the little boy, his mom and dad, made a splint for the lion cub's foot. And the lion cub was able to walk around a little bit on the ground. And then the little boy thought, could he be hungry or thirsty? And then the dad said, "Yeah, probably. It's probably been a while since he's had any food. He's so little he probably drinks milk." So I know we don't have any lion's milk, the dad said, but I imagine he would drink some cow's milk. And so they gave a glass of milk and put it into a little bowl like the dog's bowl, and the little lion licked up all of the milk and asked for more by saying, "Wow." And so they gave the little baby lion more milk, and he drank more. And then he walked a little bit on his new splinted leg around the house. And then the little boy took him outside so he could go pee-pee. And the little baby lion went pee-pee where his dog peed. And then his dog ran out and peed on top of it. And then the dog sniffed and sniffed and sniffed that little lion cub so good, but was very gentle. So the little boy took the little lion cub back inside the house, and they were so tired from having the long day that the little boy said, "Mom, can you call the zoo to see what we do with him? I need to take a nap, and I think Rory is tired too. So I'm going to go lay down with our wonderful dog and our new little friend Rory the lion." And then the mom said, "Okay, just be very safe." and make sure your dog takes good care of you. And so then the mom and the dad started calling to find a real home and make sure that little Rory would be okay. And the little boy laid down with his beautiful dog and a very cute little tiny lion cub. And he started to pet the dog with one hand and pet the lion cub with the other. And he said to the dog, "Hey buddy, don't worry, after this nap, we're going to go play lots of ball. I promise you. I promise you we're going to play ball." And to the lion cub he said, "And because your leg has an ouchie, you cannot play ball now. But when your ouchie's all better, I'll play ball with you." And the lion cub snuggled into that little boy, and the three of them all closed their eyes and started to breathe heavily. And then wouldn't you know it, that little lion cub fell asleep. That big dog fell asleep. And that brave little boy, he fell asleep too.